Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Who you with Kirk? I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm welcome. I'm welcome. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to Speak On It. Welcome to Speak On It. I'm welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. Welcome to speak. I'm 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 Who You With Kirk, dog. Welcome to Speak On It with Who You With Kirk, dog. I'm Who You With Kirk, dog. Happy Sunday to everyone. Hopefully y'all having a great day today. Hopefully your weekend was good. Oh man, it's been pretty good for me. I can't complain. But uh, we need to have a family discussion. I want to welcome everyone to the show. First of all, welcome to the show, T Cal. Um, Everyone listening on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, Twitter. D Live is always in the house, kicking it strong. Um, we need to have a talk. I wasn't planning on doing this, but we need to talk about something. Um, you know, I understand how some people feel about the vaccine and everything, and it's terrible. Yeah, when they first came out with it, I was one of the ones that said I did not want to take it, but I did take it. Um, I feel good because I took it. But as this new Delta variant coming out, a different strain of COVID-19, what we need to be concerned about, are you going to protect yourself? Try to protect yourself. And I'm saying try to, because so many people are getting, uh, the numbers are continue to go up every day. The numbers are going up. And any type of protection is better than no protection. Um, so I just want y'all to think about that, because I would hate to find out someone lost their life. And just because you get it, it do not mean you won't still get it. For the simple fact, I believe the count is up to 3. One report came out earlier said 5, but when I listened to the report, they said 3, even though they title said 5. But the Democrat that left Texas that went to Washington, at least 3 of them have tested positive for the COVID-19. They in quarantine. So the thing is, this thing is very serious. Um, it, Found out a friend today, they been vaccinated and they still caught it. So you have to ask yourself, do you want to take a chance with no protection at all or some type of protection? Me personally, I prefer to have some type of protection. Not saying you won't never get it, but still, some of the symptoms can be very bad from the beginning of it if you don't have any protection. So, yeah, uh, just kind of think about it. If you haven't received the vaccine, consider that. talk to people that have actually been affected by it, and ask them how is it, because this is nothing to play around with. And I still stand by with what I said before when Texas was trying to open everything up. We're going to end up shutting back down because Greg Abbott was listening to that clown that was in the White House. And because of that, it put all of us at risk. I've had some business I go into, I have my mask on. They're like, oh, you don't have to wear it in here. Uh, I'm wearing mine. I don't care if your policy say we don't have to wear it. I've been vaccinated, but I'm not gonna take my mask off. So consider that. Ask yourself, talk to somebody who've had the virus or have lost a loved one from it. Because now on the news, they just now starting to talk about it more. And now they're talking about it's more people that haven't been vaccinated that are dying from it. And I think I passed by CNN or Fox or something yesterday, and they had a counter on there for the number of uh, COVID-19 cases in America. How they were showing the numbers going up. So please take this serious. Take it serious. Welcome to the show, Radio Chaos. I seen you came in earlier. Welcome to the show, Marcellus Smith. What's up, my people? It's the People Show. T Cal speaking to them. Radio said, "What's up?" Marcellus says, "Ups." Radio and T Cal. T Cal said, "Exactly. The vaccine can help. If you were able to get it, it will slow down the symptoms and help you live." That's all I'm saying. Be careful, be mindful. Um, I don't care who you are. Forget about what the clown said about it's not that serious. Forget about all of that. Forget about what Greg Abbott is doing. Forget about all of that. You have to protect yourself. You need to take your life in your own hand and do what's best for you. And forget about all the conspiracy theory. We're still in a fight with this pandemic. And the thing is, it's not going to go anywhere anytime soon. How are these commercials coming on? Welcome back and all of this? No, because people putting money before life. Yeah, we need to make money, but at the same time, we need to protect ourselves too. And it came out earlier today. Tennis star Coco Gauff won't be able to participate in the Olympics because she tested positive. Um, and I know she probably get tested all the time. They use protocol for athletes and all of that, but she tested positive. Just like our lawmakers out of Texas have tested positive, and DC, 3 of them is in quarantine. Nobody can escape this. We could try to, and what you do to protect yourself will make a difference how it would affect you. So definitely um, protect yourself. Protect yourself. I don't care who you are. Take this serious. Forget about what Trump was saying about, oh, it's not that serious, how other lawmakers have said it wasn't that serious. Yes, this is serious. This is not a test. It's not a game. This is, I'm like this. If you don't take the vaccine, some people say, oh, I don't know what they putting in me. Yeah, I said up front, I wasn't gonna take it, but I seen how many people took it and the side effects and all of that. I'm like, you know what? I took it, and so far so good. But who knows? I can still get it. but the symptoms may not be that bad. Um, so we're going to talk about a couple of things tonight. We already mentioned Coco. Um, Unfortunately, she won't be able to participate in the tennis there, and because she did test positive, so to protect the other athletes, she won't be able to participate. Um, I, I know how she feel because she was saying that she's very disappointed in it, but this is what we're dealing with. And then also here in Texas, we're dealing with monkeypox too. Um, and I believe also West now is on the rise. So you got to protect yourself. That's all I'm saying. Even though they saying monkeypox is not a a serious concern, but they are contacting everybody who was on the plane with the guy came from Nigeria that ended up getting monkeypox. I believe they said he was in Atlanta airport and also in one of the airports here in Dallas. I believe it was DFW, but I'm not sure he did DFW or Love Field. But he definitely was in Atlanta airport. So I would have, hopefully he had his mask on the whole time. But if pull up the story, find out the dates. If you was there, get checked. That's all I'm saying. Get checked. So Texas, we have a lot going up against us right now. Cricket govern leaders, and we have a lot. Um, yeah, we have that just came out. I think the monkeypox came out Friday, I think. Um, and the person that's in the hospital have, I think, a serious condition. But yeah, um, man, Texas had a rough year so far. It is when we have leaders that is more concerned about a border wall instead of our grid, it's just gonna get bad. They concerned about everything else about voter suppression instead of making sure the people of Texas is okay. It's gonna get worse, unfortunately. That's what happened when you have poor leadership. Things like this take place. And unfortunately, the guy that came from Nigeria, he was on the plane. I don't know if he was aware that he had it when he got on, but I guess he started feeling bad or whatever the signs are. Um, Went to the hospital and they told him that's what he had. And I think I think the first time monkeypox was discovered in the US, I think it said it was back in the 70s. So that's how long it been. Um, it's crazy. It's a lot going on. Um, so, but radio, hopefully you're doing okay because I know you've been MIA quite a bit lately. I know you're probably working. Uh, Also, I don't think it affected you last week, but that tornado that hit, I want to say it was on the Ontario side, um, that hit Canada last week. Like, somebody actually had a video that didn't realize it was a tornado. So they outside filming the video until the debris started flying, then they ran back inside. And it was a huge one. I was like, man, Canada getting tornadoes. And they was like, that's a rare, very rare for Canada to get tornadoes up there. Um, then also the floodings that's going on across the world too. Um, Climate change is real. Yes, it have changed. So a lot of different weird weather going on. Um, so definitely be careful. Um, so um, we covered the story earlier this year. Radio said, yeah, we don't get many tornadoes up here, but they do happen from time to time. That made world news last week when it happened. I want to say it was close to Ontario. So it made world news last week. It was headlines, and the videos just, I was like, man, it was crazy. Um, Now, Texas, we've been getting quite a bit lately. Um, so it's getting worse. We get more and more. Like I said, I think it was a couple of months ago, we had one hit off of 35 and uh, what is this? It wasn't Waxahachie. Um, Over off of 35 Ovilla, over in Ovilla, which is it crossed over 35 and I think it flipped over three trucks or something. It was pretty bad. Um, so earlier this year we talked about this incident where a young man's car broke down, and when his car broke down, the deputy gave him a ride home, no problem. Shortly after he got home, they received a 911 call, and allegedly that um, it was a 911 call, said, y'all need to come get my brother, I'm gonna kill him, allegedly. But uh, the officer that dropped him off came back, and he ended up shooting Mr. Brown, Isaiah Brown. Ended up shooting him. Luckily, didn't kill him. Um, but he was seriously injured. And that officer last week was indicted for those charges. So it happened out of Virginia. A grand jury indicted Spotsylvania County Sheriff Deputy David Turbyfill on a felony charge of shooting Isaiah Brown in April 2021, according to lawyer representing Brown. Turbyfill was officially charged with reckless handling of a firearm resulting in serious injury, a Class 6 felony. Brown, 32, was shot on April 21st at his home after calling 911 for help. Part of the 911 call released shortly after the shooting indicate the deputy thought Brown, who was talking on a portable phone, had a gun. After the dispatch said Brown mentioned a gun and had a comment about killing his brother, made a comment about killing his brother. He later said that he didn't have a gun, and state police said they didn't find one on Brown. The deputy made comments such as, drop the gun and stop coming toward me before firing. Mr. Brown did nothing wrong and was on the phone with 911 dispatcher when Turbyfill reckless shot him 8 times. David Haynes, the Cochran firm, Washington, D.C., wrote in a statement emailed to media, we're calling for the immediate termination of Deputy David Turbyfill. We are also asking for the release of all audio communication between the deputy and dispatch, all video from the scene, as well as Turbyfill employment record and personal files. Deputy Turbyfill remained on administrative leave. CBS 6 legal expert Todd Stone said that reckless use has to equal gross negligence by definition. It's tragic, but criminal court may or may not believe the results that people want. It's very possible that a judge and a jury in this situation will look at all the factors and say, yeah, there's some negligence, and but it's not gross negligence. Stone said Brown was released from the hospital about a month after the shooting. While this incident while this indictment does not take Mr. Brown's physical pain away, it does significant measure of justice. Haynes' statement continued. A spokesperson for the Spotsylvania Sheriff Office referred all questions to special prosecutor handling the case. Um, so this officer was indicted on this because he mistook a phone as a gun, and which is crazy because if he's on the phone with 911, had the phone up to his ear, and he mistake it as a gun, I don't understand that. Maybe the dispatcher said something crazy or something, but to come up and if you see him on the phone and you just dropped him off, you felt comfortable enough for him to ride in the car with you. Yeah, I know he hadn't went home and he could have got a gun, whatever, but you should be able to tell the difference between a gun and a phone, a home phone, a portable phone. So, so I guess we'll be covering the trial of this whenever it comes. So uh, it's gonna be interesting once this do happen. And so let me know what y'all think about that. You can always live chat with us in the chat room. Give us your opinion. And it might be something that we haven't talked about tonight that we could definitely hit on also. You could just put it up in the chat. We'll look it up and verify it. And then we could definitely talk about it. Um, Now, this other story that we're going to talk about, which is crazy. I think I just, oh Lord, hold on, I clicked off of it. Go back to it. Yeah, this is really great. See, this is what we talk about. How some of these cops act. Because now just imagine with this next story, just imagine if this was not a undercover police officer involved, how this headline would read. Because it would be his word against the victim word. And in this particular situation, the only reason why charges are coming up because he was a police officer. Um, so, former St. Louis police officer sentenced for beating undercover colleague during street protests in 2017. A former St. Louis police officer had been sentenced for beating a black undercover colleague during a street protest in 2017. The accused police officer, 34-year-old Randy Hayes, and other white officer had brutally beat and arrested Luther Hall, an undercover officer gathering information during protests that had erupted following a controversial court ruling. I reported the Washington Post. In 2019, Hayes had pled guilty to excessive and unreasonable force during the 2017 incident, when the officer picked Mr. Hall up and slammed him into the pavement, resulting in blood gushing out of his nose and lips. Um, According to uh, St. Louis Post Dispatch, he was sentenced on Tuesday by a federal judge and will now serve more than 4 years behind bars. Hayes expressed being greatly sorry and said, "I'm a good person, but I made a mistake." Um, he was among the first of three officers to be sentenced, while another is suspected to be sentenced Thursday. Mr. Hall told the court in a written statement that the incident left him feeling withdrawn from the person he was before the attack. He has had three surgeries and multiple procedures to relieve pain and may need more. According to court documents, the attack by police officer, including Hayes, left Mr. Hall with a herniated disc, a rotocup tear, and a hole above his lip that required surgery. Um, the undercover black officer also suffered a bruised tailbone, a concussion, and other injuries. Mr. Hall has also been diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. He take medication to address the mental and physical harm as a result of the beating. The reality is, I would live out the rest of my life in some degree of pain, said Mr. Hall, while adding that the decision of those officers has altered his career, professional, and personal life. As subsequently, St. Louis agreed to settle Mr. Hall's civil suit for $5 million. His attorney argued that race motivated the officer to beat Mr. Hall. Um, I'm gonna have to say yeah, because it's a protest. You just pick somebody out the crowd and attack them for no reason. Now, what if Mr. Hall was not a police officer? If it was me, it would be my word against that officer word. And guess what? They would always take that officer word over a citizen. We see this so often. They will bring up the background of that citizen and think that the cops are in the right. Well, first of all, you have this cop out here, a group of them that took place in it, that was a part of this group that beat Mr. Hall, and he'll never be the same. Never be the same. After taking a beating, tearing his rotary cup, herniated disc in his back, tailbone bruise, busted lip, had to have surgery. And then the drama of thinking, these are my federal officers. Why are they attacking me? They just picked me out the blue because they did not know he was a cop. That's kind of like that movie, Equal Justice, I believe is the name of it, where a cop out of uniform come out the convenience store, cops start harassing him and his friend. He identified himself, cop didn't care. He drew his weapon on him, so the brother shot the cop. So the thing is, why? First of all, if I know it's not a lot of black cops, not more than white cops or other race, but still, this is what we have to deal with in the community. These are the type of cops that we have patrolling our communities. Just because you had a protest does not mean you have bad intention. It doesn't mean they're doing something wrong. But it took the fact until this officer knew he messed up, he felt different about what he done. You should have felt different about it, and it never should have happened. Never should have happened. But it did. It definitely happened. And at this point, you have to accept your punishment. This man's career is over because of you. Life would never be the same. 5 million? Me personally, I don't think five is enough. That man would never have a good night's sleep anymore. Sleepless nights. And if he's married and have kids, they're gonna have to deal with it too. They have to deal with it. But he's just the first one that have pled guilty and been sentenced 4 years. I'm sorry, I don't think that's enough. Now, if they talking about for each one of those officers that actually took part in it, maybe they should offer them 5 million for each one. That's the only way it's gonna stop. Hit them deep in the pocket. That's the only way it will stop. Now this brother life had changed forever. His wife, if he's married or if he get married, gonna take a special type of person to be able to deal with him. Because he's gonna have to may have may wake up in the middle of the night having nightmares about this. He's having to take medication to address it. That's not good. It's definitely not good. So yeah, um, yeah, that's not good. So y'all, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about this because I talk about this all the time, and um, he admit that he was wrong because he got caught. But my thing is, what if that was not a police officer? We seen other incidents where policemen attack an unarmed person and the cop get off because they would take the policeman word over a citizen. It could be video, and they'll still take that police officer word over a regular citizen. Shouldn't be like that. No policeman put their drawers on just like I put mine on. The same way. Not unless they have a new design where you zip them up. So, yeah, he should go to jail and they should pay for it. They should pay for it. But my thing is, what if it wasn't a cop? If it wasn't a police officer that they did it to, we wouldn't even hear about the story. All those officers would have lied and said he attacked them. It would have been a whole new different story. We wouldn't be talking about it. Wouldn't be talking about it at all. If you're just not tuning in, please uh, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Let your family and friends know we are live. You can live chat with us during the chat in the chat room. If you are on my personal Facebook page, please go over to the show page and um, for when you live chat with us, we can always put it up on the stream. Speak on it with who you with, Kurt Dog. Speak on it with who you with, Kurt Dog. It's at the bottom of the stream, and on all the other channels, you should be able to click on my profile and just automatically go to whichever platform you want to go to. But if you're on Facebook on my personal page, please go to speak on it with Who You With Kurt Dog. And then when you live chat with us, it will show up in the I can put it up on the monitor and don't have to keep looking down at my phone uh, to see if any chats came in. But yeah, I don't. I'm glad. Uh, he did take some type of responsibility and pled guilty. But we also gonna have to do research on the other officers to make sure they get the same punishment too, or more. But 4 years, I don't know. I don't know. I think that's kind of like a slap on the wrist, not unless they're gonna do day by day, uh, early release or anything. So a couple other things we're gonna hit on. I had um, no intention on talking about this tonight, but I don't know if y'all familiar with Isaac Isaiah Stokes, played in Law and Order. He was indicted on Friday for murder. Um, a, Queen, New York grand jury indicted TV actor Isaiah Stokes for murder on Friday. Stokes is accused of fatally shooting a man who sat in a parked car in Jamaica Queen in February. The defendant is accused of unloading nearly 11 shots during this uh, brazen afternoon shooting. Queen District Attorney Melinda Katz said in a press release, gun violence is all too prevalent in our neighborhood. We would not allow it to become the norm. Stokes was arraigned before Supreme Court Justice Kenneth Holder on a 3-count indictment charging him with second-degree murder and 2-count of criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree. His sentence is set for July 19th, and he faced 25 to life in prison. A representative for Stokes declined to comment on the matter. According to charges, video surveillance footage from February 7th showed the defendant exit a vehicle, approached the driver's side window of a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and allegedly fired 11 shots into the car, which fatally injured Tyrone Jones, a 37-year-old man from Queen Village. Law enforcement did not report on any sort of motive behind the shooting. The Queen native was raised in Rochdale Village, a neighborhood in South Jamaica, and attended college at Delaware State University. His acting career proceeded with the film debut rapper Cameron in the 2006 direct-to-video crime drama Killer Season. Maybe he thought he was still part of the movie. I don't know. But he was in on Friday. You do the crime, you do the time. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. You do it. You gotta justice need to be served. Um, so I've seen it. Then it popped up again. Okay. I guess this came out. Say, what news? Oh, this is on Yahoo. I'm looking at. I guess earlier today they finally made an arrest. I talked about it on the show, but I never could get the video of it. Find the video. Atlanta police arrest 3 suspects of homophobic abuse of child in a viral video. Authorities in Atlanta credit the public for reporting the incident, leading to arrest. On Saturday, 3 people were arrested and connected with a viral video that captured a child being hit and verbally taunted over his sexuality. According to WSB TV, the video was posted online a month ago. The Atlanta Police Department has now arrested 3 suspects in relation to the video. Brittany Monique Mills, 35, Nokila Jamil Spencer, 19, and Jordan Gerard Richards Nawaka, 18. All three have been charged with cruelty to a child and are being detained in Fulton County Jail. Richard Nwaka has received additional charges of family violence by battery. The connection between the child and the suspect has not been disclosed. According to Crime Online, last month, an Instagram live post was circling of a 12-year-old boy being ridiculed by older people for being gay. Videos show that the word gay was shoved into the side of his head. It is reported that he was also smacked on his head during the video. An older man was heard in the video saying, "You still doing gay shit? You think I cut this in your head for no reason?" WAGA TV report that police were notified of the video on June 17th by people who saw the viral video. The child and parties involved were located by investigator within 24 hours, and the child, who has yet to be identified, was placed into protective custody with the Georgia Division of Family and Children Service. WSBT WSB TV report that the local special victim unit also got involved in an effort to locate and detain the suspect. Once the three arrests were made, Atlanta Police Sergeant John Sheff gave credit to the people who brought the video to the department attention. We're very pleased with these arrests, but we are pleased with feedback that we got from members of the community assisting in this and how quickly they were able to jump on it. Um, I'm I'm glad they was called. At no time, any way, you should ever abuse or attack someone because of their preference and sexuality. They still a human being. They still a child of God. You should love them just like God love us. You should love them too. Um, it's not for us to judge a person what they decide that they like or dislike, and for this to be a 12-year-old child, you want to do something like this, y'all deserve whatever you get. Whatever you get. If they gave you life in prison, that's not enough. To do this to a 12-year-old child, and here it is, that child is always going to have issues with this. It's going to haunt this child for years to come because of you three knuckleheads that did something like this. It's unnecessary. You may not like it, but he's 12 years old. 12 years old. It could just be a phase. You don't know. But even if it's not a phase, you should still love that child. You should still love that child. So, yeah. But anyway, I know y'all, it's a lot going on. I'm gonna express this again. Please protect yourself. Wear your mask. California have started up their mask mandate again uh, on yesterday and what went into effect yesterday. It's going to be other states doing it also, other cities doing it. Just protect yourself. That's the best thing you could do. Protect yourself, protect your loved ones, because this virus is no joke. It's absolutely no joke. So definitely protect yourself. I can keep saying it over and over, but it's up to y'all to take control of it. I've said earlier this year, when last year and this year, when they was talking about reopening everything up, I said that's a bad idea for the simple fact it's too quick. We don't know enough about this vaccine, don't know enough about this virus. But just because you're saying it's a vaccine, you want to rush and open everything up. And unfortunately, the type of government that we have, the governor that we have, Greg Abbott, we probably will be the last state to put in a mask mandate, or even if it come back to a shutdown, which I feel that's where we're heading to. I've always said that we probably will be the last state to do it. And that's not good. Greg Abbott trying to get reelected. He's going to go against everything that he should do to please a certain group of folks. Please protect yourself. Too many people, I see it online, too many people in the hospital still losing loved ones, even though they're not talking about it, but they're still losing them. Matter of fact, Tarrant County, Fort Worth, I think they had 900 new cases yesterday. 900 new cases yesterday. Um, that's a lot. At one point, they were saying that Texas was averaging about 2,000 cases a day. So if Fort Worth, Tarrant County got 900 yesterday, I could just imagine where the numbers at. Um, Even the UK health secretary tests positive for COVID-19. This nobody's this virus do not discriminate against nobody. Looking at trying to see the numbers. I believe trying to say, yeah. Oh, I knew that was going to do that. I was trying to look at some other numbers, different place. But here in Dallas, the numbers continue to rise. I guess for today, no, that was yesterday. Yesterday, Texas had 2,600 new cases yesterday. So the numbers haven't came out today yet. So if Texas had 2,600, and Fort Worth Tarrant County had 900, that's a lot. Yeah, it's going to be around. It's going to be around for a while because it's uncomfortable wearing masks. I wear glasses. So if I don't get that mask right, and I wear it too, if I don't get it right, my glasses fog up. So, and sometimes depends on where I'm at. If it's hot outside and I'm walking through a store or something, it get hard to breathe. So it's going to be around for a while until people realize, hey, it take us to prevent this. It's going to take us to be the one to be able to put a stop to this. But people think it's all fake. And I blame Trump for that. I blame Trump for it. Why? Because he said it wasn't that real. Here's the symptoms that may appear 2 to 14 days after exposure to the virus. People with these symptoms may have COVID-19, fevers or chill, a cough, shortness of breath or difficult breathing, fatigue, muscle or body ache, headache, new loss of taste or smell, sore throat, congested or runny nose, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea. Um, and they say look for emergency warning sign for COVID-19. If someone is showing any of these signs, seek emergency medical care immediately. Trouble breathing, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion, inability to wake or stay awake, pale gray or blue colored skin, lips, or nail beds, or depending on skin tone. Yeah, when they said pale, and I knew they weren't talking about my skin tone. Uh, but it, please take this serious. Um, some of our leaders are not going to take it serious. So we need to take it serious for ourselves. Right now in Texas, as of yesterday reported 28 new deaths in Texas. Now take it, I'm trying to see, this time last year, new cases was 9,738 in Texas. That's what it was last year. And it's going back up. It's at um, 2,633 as of yesterday. I don't know where it's going to be today, but it's a lot of people that are getting it. A lot of people are not taking it serious. Even if you are vaccinated, please still protect yourself. I seen on the news earlier, one of the doctors said, "Look, even with if you've been vaccinated, have both vaccine, still wear your mask. Wear your mask. We don't know enough about this virus. Wear your mask." So take heed to it, and hopefully, you can definitely take a protect yourself and your family. Also, and I do not have the information in front of me, and I hate that. I actually left it on the table. But I'm gonna advise you to, and I hate to do this because they gave out the information to call, but here in Dallas, um, we're getting ready to go through a stage of a lot of eviction going on. A lot of eviction. If you are one of those people that is facing eviction, um, and this is why I love my church so much. I hate I don't have the information in front of me, but um, if you are one of these people that are facing eviction, please reach out to the church, friendshipwest.org. Um, they have Faith Formula is the one that's doing it, if I'm not mistaken. Faith Formula Human Service is the ones that's doing it, but you can okay, I would assume this is the number. You can call them to get assistance if you're facing eviction. You can call them. Um, you can call them and hold on. I'm trying to get the correct information on the. Um, okay, I'll get the information in just a minute because somebody just texted me, so I'm trying to get the correct number. But if you are facing eviction here in Dallas, reach out to Faith Formula, um, and they can provide assistance for you. Um, because it been reported that a lot of A lot of these eviction that been on hold, they're getting ready to file them, and a lot of people going to be losing their job. Um, Unfortunately, I mean losing their home. Okay. Let me see. Um, okay, I got it. Thank you. Um, so to get rental assistance, and I'm gonna put it up in the chat also. Um, Hold on. The number is 469-676-6845. I'm hoping that's the correct one. Yeah. 469-676-6845. And you can reach out to Faith Formula. I'm gonna actually put it up in the chat also, where you can if you're one of the people that is facing eviction, um, definitely reach out to them and they can try to get you some help. If I'm not mistaken, that's the part of the one that is handling that. And uh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to type it in at the same time. Um, okay. So if you're one of the ones facing eviction here in the Dallas area, please call Faith Formally Human Service 469-676-6845, 469-676-6845, and um, and get some assistance. It's okay to ask for help because the courts are getting ready to accept the eviction notice, and people getting ready to lose their homes. And Dallas already have a bad homeless population. So please reach out to them, find out what you can do, what they can do to help you, and go from there. I'm sure that's the number that was given out this morning on the service. But if um, if for some reason that's not the correct number, go to Friendship West website and go there and ask about it. Because let me give this other number. I'm thinking this might be the correct number, um, but definitely go there and get some help. Get some help because it's bad out here. You don't want to be out on the street dealing with pandemic, monkeypox, um, and also um, coronavirus. So definitely reach out to them, get some help. Um, this is the number I'm seeing online, so I would try this one to be on the safe side. But definitely, if you're one of those families that is about to face eviction, um, reach out to Faith Formula Human Service. Thank you, Dr. Haynes, for always um, looking out for the community. And since the pandemic started, before the pandemic started, Friendship West always gave back to the community and Faith Formula. Um, they do a lot of things. So definitely reach out to them and see where they can help you at. And other than that, if the good Lord say the same, I will be here tomorrow. And and yeah, please stay safe. It's getting bad out here. Stay safe. Other than that, oh, we're gonna be making some changes with the show soon. getting all the details. We will be letting you know soon. So kind of let you know how the change is going to go about. Haven't decided exactly how it's going to work, but we will be making changes soon. So until tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, if the good Lord said the same, I love each and every one of you. Until then, peace.